Kalma ko na muna sarili ko kasi tumataas na naman yung blood pressure ko. Hindi na tumitigil itong pagtaas ng produkto ng petrolyo. Kakausapin naman po natin ang ating Suki, ang ating past president ng Philippine Bar Association, chairman ng Movement Against Disinformation o MAD. Joining us on Zoom, our resident SME na natin siya dito sa impeachment, Attorney Rico Domingo. Attorney, good morning!
Good morning sa iyo, Rica. Wala
Hi.
yata si Peter?
Opo, nasa bakasyon pa po at makakabalik pa po siya today pero tomorrow he's gonna be back with us. Kayo po ba kasama natin mamayang hapon, attorney?
Ah,
Ayan, o sige. Simulan na po natin ngayon ang pagtalakay dito sa impeachment. Sabi po ni Senator Chis Escudero. Sabi po niya, nababagalan daw po siya dito sa proseso ng impeachment trial natin ngayon. Iisa pa lang po yung question nila na witness. Pero sa palagay po ba ninyo, attorney, thorough naman yung naging discussion natin with Agent John Mark Calilong?
very thorough naman at mukha yatang napag-alaman ng publiko, lalo na ng Senate judges na-establish yata yung authentication. Yun ang process na in-establish ng first witness. Kaya medyo technical yun. No? And I think we don't have to apologize for the technicality of the discussion kasi technical po talaga yun.
Mhm.
Ngayon, ang binabahala yata ng presiding officers is that mabagal in a sense na the witness occupied 3 trial dates.
Mhm.
And they are allotted only 11 trial dates for that Article 4. So in other words, gusto niyang bilisan pa yan.
Mhm.
Kasi mukhang hindi yata as I mentioned in the earlier interviews, hindi yata nagkatugma ang prosecution at saka defense na magkaroon ng stipulation during the pre-trial
Mhm.
stage. No? So isa lang ang kanilang, with respect to Article 4, isa lang ang kanilang agreement, stipulation, that the Vice President was elected on June 22, 2022.
Mhm.
So, on that basis, with that meager stipulation, so inaasahan natin the rest of the 9 remaining witnesses, o-occupy sila ng 11 or the balance of 8 trial dates. No?
Mhm.
Pero imposible po yata yung ganon. No?
Mhm.
So there's no stopping the Senate to extend that. Having said that, I think they are now trying to impress upon the prosecution to speed up everything and at the same time probably tell the defense counsel to also speed up their cross-examinations as well.
Mhm.
So yun ang yata nakikita. At I think one very remarkable development ngayon, Rica, is that sinabi yata ng Sergeant at Arms, I'm sorry, the clerk of court ng pre-trial, ng trial court, na nasa website na po lahat. No? They already uploaded
Opo,
all
the
the
documents
pertinent pleadings as well as the discussions during the Senate hearing. So mabuti po yun para sa kaunawaan at kaalaman ng ating publiko kung ano pong nangyayari at kung hindi nila nakita lahat ng mga trial proceedings, then makikita nila yan sa website. And that is a very remarkable and very important aspect of this mechanism for accountability.
Opo, but I understand, Attorney Rico, no, na yung naka-upload lang naman ay yung mga lumabas na from the previous trial days natin, di po ba?
Opo.
Hindi nila pwedeng i-advance yung mga susunod pang mga documentary evidence na ipapresent.
Kasi alam mo, Rica, napag-usapan na natin lagi ito. No? Yung sinasabi kong may gag order. No? Connected yan dyan eh. Kasi kung ipapaskel mo lahat ang advance pleadings and advance testimony, magkakaroon ng hopefully not confusion, but at least hintayin muna natin ang recorded trial testimony and the presentation of evidence. Kasi maghahaka-haka lang ang publiko eh. So habang ginagawa yon, nire-record po naman yon, then ina-upload po yung nangyari sa trial court.
Mhm. Yung pong sinasabi pati po ni Senator Ping no na papabilisin ito magiging susunod na mga trial days natin. Ano pa po ba yung maari nating ma-adjust dito, Attorney Rico? Kasi ang nakikita lang naman po natin yung pag-examine na po at cross-examine sa ating mga key witnesses.
Oo. Depende yan sa prosecution. Kung talaga nilang malilimit nila at paikli nilang kanilang presentation at makukuha nilang gusto nilang establish, then they can abbreviate the testimony of the witness. Pero they have all the discretion to do that because hindi naman pwede silang utusan kung anong ipipresent nila kung hindi nila gusto i-present yun. So, tingnan natin ang sensitivity ng dalawang parties kung sila ay magtutugon sa advice ng presiding officer. Kung po natin mabuti. And very important po ito, no? Ang presiding officer, being a lawyer, should be able to detect whether there is a repetitive aspects of the testimonies, both the presentation as well as the defense direct examination. So, pwedeng gawin ng presiding officer, napag-usapan na natin yan, huwag na natin questioning yan. So, he has the skills and the knowledge to direct and manage the flow of the testimony. Very important po yan. Kailangan pong malaman. At I can see that the presiding judge is a very seasoned trier of fact. At umaasa ang mga tao, tayong mga tao, na gagawin niya ang kanyang knowledge and skills para ma-abbreviate po ang testimony ng mga parties dito.
Mamaya po magkakaroon tayo ng panibagong witness, si Attorney Jeremy Lotok. Magkakaroon na naman po ba tayo ng panibagong opening remarks for this next witness? Ganun po ba yun?
Yung opening remarks, wala naman pong yun eh. Parang, ang dapat lang sasabihin ng prosecution, if I may suggest, is that yung purposes, bakit niya pinipresent yung ebidensya, yung witness. Yung purposes lang po naman yun eh. No? Huwag na yung arguments na napakarami pa. Alam naman ng tao kung gusto niyang anong patupad niya. Yung purposes would also put in a very concrete form kung ano ang kanyang kukunin dun sa witness niya. Wala na yung mga manifestations. Ano pa, nagpapatagal po yun. No? So dapat may disiplina rin ang magpo-prosecute at ang defense na lilimit po nila. Puro hindi objection naman, walang katuturan. Meron naman presentation, walang katuturan. So depende po yan sa presiding officer to manage the flow of the presentation of evidence on both parties. No? Hindi lang sa prosecution yan but also in the defense.
Opo. Prosecution witness po etong si Attorney Jeremy Lotok, ano po?
Opo.
Mula po siya sa National Bureau of Investigation ng BARMM, Regional Director po siya. Would you know, Attorney Rico, kung ano po kaya yung magiging purpose ng kanyang pag-testify later?
May preview yata sinabi sila kasi nakalagay naman sa pre-trial brief ng prosecution. No? So, i-corroborate lang niya at yung mga laman ng kanilang investigation. I think si Attorney Lotok was primarily responsible for the investigation. No? So I think they summoned the Vice President a number of times, I think 2 or 3 times, at hindi yata dumalo ang VP Presidente. So that might be expected to be part of his testimony. Although I do not want to preempt his testimony. Wala po akong alam dyan. Sinasabi ko lang po na probably siya ang magsasabi kung anong ginawa nila sa investigation, anong nangyari sa investigation, at anong kanilang sinumite sa proper authority, meaning the director. And the director, I think, will be also testifying soon, si Director Matibag. So malalaman natin ang kanilang testimony.
Actually nga po, nagsabi na rin si Director Matibag if he may be able to testify earlier pa po, no? Than July 20 yata, if I'm not mistaken, kasi may international summit daw siya na kailangang attendan. With the request,
sa Thailand. No?
Opo. With the request ng NBI Director po na ganito, paagahin sana ang kanyang testimony. Mauurong po yung scheduling niya, no? Sa palagay po ba ninyo, will it reinforce yung mga argument ng prosecution kapag naurong mas malapit ang kanyang testimony?
Hindi naman, Rica. Alam mo, hindi naman kasama sa strategy yan eh. I think the director was trying to request the trial court na bigyan siya ng pagkakataon. Gawa ng meron yata siyang official function sa Thailand in conjunction with his function as director. And I think that was pre-scheduled. No?
Yes.
So hindi naman niya sinasadya yan. Ang request lang niya, bigyan siya ng pagkakataon na i-reschedule niya ang kanyang exact time and date of testimony.
Mamaya po.
Wala po meaning yun. I do not give any substantial meaning on that. It's just a request. No? Request lang po yan.
Opo. Mamaya po ba are we expecting na magkakaroon ng bagong mga private prosecutors na maaring humarap to present their examinations?
Napakarami po nila, no? 11 public prosecutors and I think 16 yata ang private prosecutors. So nasa sa kanila po yun. All of them are competent and knowledgeable and all of them can present evidence. In the same manner that we have very competent defense counsel, so they can carry on. Ang request lang ng presiding officer at ng trial court would be pabilisin po natin ang proseso para lang matapos natin ito within the time frame that we had pre-scheduled and set before.
Opo. Attorney, so far ang nakikita pa lang natin ng mga nag-examine at cross-examine ay yung mga private prosecutors po natin, ano? Will it be possible also for the House prosecutors to do the examination?
Yes, if they are confident and they are willing to be the one to prosecute. Pero ang nakalagay sa rule ng impeachment is that isa-isa lang. Isang prosecution panel member, whether public or private, and the one who would cross-examine isa rin da, no? No, isa lang. So tigisa lang yan. Hindi maaaring team yan. So kung sino man nag-conduct ng prosecution ng presentation ng prosecution witness, yun din naman ko ang mamananatiling abogado for that particular aspect of the second witness.
Can they also ask some questions to Attorney Lotoc na naitanong na nila before kay Agent Kalilong?
Pwede. Corroborative lang yan. Depende sa kanilang pag may nakita sila na gusto nilang clarification at gusto nilang itama ang sinabi ng witness, nandun, they can rehabilitate the witness. That can, kasi corroborative lang po naman si kay Attorney Lotoc. So anything that they feel would enlighten and clarify their position in the prosecution and their theory of the case, then that's the time that they can they can question that, even in redirect examination kailangan. So, hindi sila nalilimito. Pero again, let's listen to the request of the presiding officer. Baka naman pwedeng paikliin lang yan para yung tatlong days na ginugol nila sa first witness probably matapos para may second witness na kaagad tayo mamaya. At we can at least masasabi natin na umuunsad mabuti ang presentation ng prosecution.
As a lawyer na rin po, na season na rin po dito sa mga ginagawang litigating practices, may nakikita ka po ba other than Attorney Lotoc being a corroborative witness na maaaring maging explosive testimony coming from him?
Depende yan sa theory ng mga prosecution. No? Meron pang Philippine National Police Firearms Explosives. Meron pang Mikhail Flores. Meron pang Bondsman Sambol. Meron pang Sheriff Abe Andres. Meron pang family member of a victim of threats. At saka very significantly, meron pang isang magte-testify na psychiatrist. No, so yan po the whole host of the rest of the witnesses ng prosecution tatapusin nila yan para makumpleto nila ang kanilang presentation for Article 4. Primarily Article 4.
Are you thinking po ba na maaari nating matawag earlier si Attorney Zulaika Lopez instead na bukas pa?
Pwede. Depende yan sa prosecution at depende rin sa presiding judge yan at depende po yan sa Senate proper. So, hindi naman lihis yan sa kagustuhan ng anybody, but if that is the preference of the prosecution and approved by the presiding officer and the Senate President and the senator judges, pwede naman baguhin ang order and sequence ng witnesses ng presentation. Pwede
Alright.
naman yan.
Opo. So, mahaba-haba pa po ang araw natin. Attorney Rico, I will see you later sa pagsisimula po natin ng pagtalakay ng impeachment ng Vice Presidente. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, Attorney. See you later po.
Salamat. Salamat, Rica. Salamat sa lahat.
Thank you po. Ang ating past president ng Philippine Bar Association, ang chairman ng Movement Against Disinformation, Attorney Rico Domingo, joining us today. And later din po sa ating special coverage ng the Vice President Sara Duterte impeachment dito lamang po sa DZMM. 9:43 na nagmamadaling morning. Kukuha muna tayo ng ilang mga report mula sa ating mga radyo patrol.